name's Joy, and I'm the owner of subrosatea.com. Welcome to Tea Time on Tuesdays at 2. I invite you to join us for our weekly Tea Time series. Steep yourself a cup of tea and join us. I intend these videos to be informational, educational, and inspirational. Today's tea time video is on green tea. There is no debating. Green tea is one of the healthiest things you can drink. And today we are going to be talking about everything green tea. The type of green tea that we sell is called sencha. It grows in Japan and it is typically served in fine Japanese style restaurants. This is what green tea looks like. This is a beautiful whole leaf. For those of you who are drinking tea bag tea, you might not actually know that the tea plant looks like this. The tea plant is called Camellia sinensis, and that plant produces black tea, oolong, green, and white, but they're all processed just a little bit different. Let's dive in. This particular pod is called a blooming tea, and it has both green and white tea leaves hand sewn around an edible flower. This is currently what my hair looks like right now. It's all nice and tight, but I'm going to be pouring boiling water over the blooming tea so you can see, if given enough room and encouragement, it's going to be voluminous in just a few minutes. I think it's about time I take down my hair, right? I think my point is kind of been made. Sure, I can leave the house with my hair all very tight in my Princess Leia buns, but doesn't this look a lot better? I think it does, doesn't it? The green tea leaves that are hand sewn around this pod have only been in hot water for just a few seconds, and they're already growing in size. They're steeping and becoming voluminous. There are many, many reasons why you want your green tea not to be held back into a tiny steeping device. You want to give it room to groove. You want to give it room to get voluminous and grow. Green tea is full of antioxidants. The very specific green tea antioxidant that green tea has, it's called catechins. The type of catechins is EGCG, and they have so many wonderful health benefits. But first, you should know that green tea is extremely low in caffeine, but it does have some. Green tea has approximately 20 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. So if you decide to add green tea to your life, you need to know that it has caffeine. You may prefer to drink it in the morning or the afternoon so it doesn't disrupt your sleep. In addition, every package at Sub Rosa Tea, it has the steeping instructions so you can see the caffeine level. We have a caffeinometer and the steeping instructions. Green tea can be steeped both hot and cold. I'm also, in addition to steeping the blooming tea hot, I'm going to be steeping one of our best-selling green teas right in cold water in this jug. If you find green teas to be just too bitter for you, I recommend you cold steep them. Use nice cold water, and once again, use a vessel that will give room for the tea to expand. The particular flavor of green tea that I decided to steep is called Schisandra. When we first came out with this flavor in particular, one of my customers called it schnozberry, and I have been referring it to it as schnozberry, but it really is Schisandra, which is a superfruit. So if you don't know about it, this tea is definitely one for you to have. It's a superfruit full of antioxidants. It's got green tea with catechins. It also has pomegranate, ginger, and hibiscus. And I am cold steeping it. And we're going to check back in with that in just a few minutes. Let's go back to this green tea that I am steeping in hot water. Do you see how voluminous it is? This particular teapot makes 4 cups of water. And that's what is required for the blooming tea to steep and grow. I wanted to make sure that you saw how voluminous the leaves get when they unfurl, just like my big hair. The catechins specifically do several things in your body. They are known to improve blood flow and lower cholesterol. Studies have also shown that the catechins in green tea may actually be able to improve your blood sugar levels. When I was prepping for this video, I was reminded of a very important fact. If you change your habits and replace just 1 cup of green tea with 1 can of soda every single day, over a calendar year, you will have saved yourself 50,000 calories. Friends, that simple change could equate to a 15-pound weight loss if that's all you do. If you are not familiar with Sub Rosa Tea, none of our teas have any calories, there's no sugar, and no carbs. So they are a wonderful addition to any lifestyle. Specifically, I get asked, how is it possible that the green tea plant, that the tea plant can produce black, oolong, green, and white? Have you done your own research on that? It's very interesting. The tea is grown in high elevation in a region of the world that gets more rainfall and has more elevation than the United States does. So typically, the tea plant does not grow well in the United States. Our green tea is grown in Japan. Like I showed you before, it's this wonderful whole leaf. The tea leaves are typically plucked in the spring. Most tea plants will yield 3 different harvests throughout the year, over the spring, the summer, and the fall. As soon as the tea leaves are harvested, they begin an oxidation process naturally. Green tea specifically is halted at that point and not allowed to oxidize any further. But black and oolong teas are encouraged to oxidize further, which is why they result in a darker, more amber, brown, and black color than the green tea leaves, even though it all started as exactly the same plant. So after the tea is halted in the oxidation process, it is then rolled and steamed. Typically, it's withered first and then heated. Specifically, sencha is steam heated on a bamboo tray. Matcha, on the flip side, is typically heated and then rolled and then ground. I've showed you what the sencha plant looks like. Let me show you about matcha. Matcha is the whole green tea leaf. The leaves are used, but the stems and the veins have been stripped away. The whole entire tea leaf is then ground into this powder. So you only need a little bit to literally get 10 times the antioxidants that you would get in a similar serving of the whole leaf. The other thing that makes tea different, even though it all came from the same plant, the sencha that we talked about first, the sencha is grown in direct sunlight. And that is the type of plant that we use for our loose leaf tea. Matcha, on the other hand, is grown in the shade. It's the same exact tea plant, and they throw a net over the plant, which makes it fight harder for sunlight, and it makes the tea plant produce more chlorophyll. So as you can see in a side-by-side comparison, the sencha is a much darker green leaf product than the matcha, which is bright green. Here at Sub Rosa Tea, we do not use any artificial colors or additives of any sort. This is literally its natural color. Matcha is steeped a little bit differently, and I have many other videos relating to matcha, but I wanted you to know the benefits of all the green tea leaves and how it could help you by adding at least 1 cup to your diet. Let's talk about this, friends. Let's talk about how voluminous and beautiful this particular blooming tea is. This is by far one of my favorite things to do with blooming tea. This teapot yields 4 cups of tea. When I'm done drinking it, I will add another 4 cups to the same bloom, and I will steep it 3 more times. So one bloom that I started with will actually yield 16 cups of tea. That's how flavorful our blooming tea is. That's how powerful it is. And you can, of course, drink your blooming tea hot or cold. This particular jug makes 6 cups of tea. And again, friends, we cold steeped it. This in particular, this flavor that I cold steeped is our Schisandra berry. And you can see that again, it has plenty of room for the leaves to steep. When you do not crowd it into a tea ball, it becomes voluminous. You enjoy more flavor from your cup of tea, and of course your body will get more antioxidants. So there are many advantages to steeping it this way. When you are cold steeping your tea, it will not get bitter and it will not oversteep. So if you have not enjoyed green tea in the past, I will encourage you to follow our brewing instructions. Do not use boiling water. Instead, I recommend water at the temperature approximately 170 degrees Fahrenheit or nice and cold. When you cold steep your green tea, it will not get bitter and it will not oversteep. Matcha, though, is again a fabulous powdered product. So yes, you can absolutely whisk it into hot water and whisk it such as like a frappuccino or cappuccino. You can whisk it into water, you can whisk it into hot tea, or you can just add it to a smoothie. One tea plant, multiple health benefits, and so many options for versatility in your kitchen. We hope that you will try some of our green tea, whether it be the sencha, the Schisandra, or the matcha. Try it both hot and cold. All of the steeping devices that I showed today and the tea, available in multiple sizes, are available on our website at subrosatea.com. Thank you for watching this episode of Tea Time on Tuesdays at 2. Bye-bye, friends.